everybody.
Welcome back to the channel. Since our last vlog, we caught a 2-hour flight from Tibet over to here, Shangri-La.
Yeah, after a very tiring couple of days in Tibet, it's been really good to chill out here in Shangri-La, catch up with a bit of editing and wait for the weather to clear up, which it finally has today.
Yeah, so we're going to go out and do some exploring, and we hope you enjoy following along with us too.
Let's go!
In 2001, this city officially renamed itself from Zhongdian to Shangri-La, or Shangri-La as it's pronounced in Chinese. The local agencies wanted to promote this place as Shangri-La to attract more tourists, and there were even some claims that they believed that this was the actual Shangri-La of James Hilton's 1933 novel Lost Horizon, where he describes a mythical paradise. But we haven't read that book, so we don't really know. And also, we used to think that Shangri-La was just some kind of utopian, mythical paradise sort of place, and we didn't actually realize that there was a city here in China called Shangri-La. And also, the only other time we knew of the name was for the hotel chain. So yeah, pretty cool that we actually get to come to the city where it has the name, although there are places around the world that also claims to be Shangri-La. But who knows? This is a lovely view, isn't it?
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
We decided to escape the hustle and bustle from up there at the Sunzanling Monastery, and instead decided to walk around this lake so that we could capture the view looking back at the monastery.
Yeah, we caught a bus after the ticket hall and got dropped off in front of the monastery.
Yeah, that's right. And the ticket prices for us were 55 Chinese renminbi per person to come to the monastery. And we also purchased additional bus tickets that's returned from the monastery all the way back to the ticket office, which saves us quite a bit of a walk actually, but we did see some people struggling along up the hill.
Yeah, that was 20 yuan.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't anywhere near as strenuous as going up Potala Palace, eh, bud?
Yeah, no, it's pretty alright.
And funnily enough, it is referred to as the Little Potala Palace. It is an important cultural as well as religious site for Tibetan Buddhism, and in fact this monastery is the largest Tibetan Buddhist monastery here in the Yunnan province. Construction began in 1679 and it took 2 years to complete, but it has been rebuilt multiple times throughout history. Now that we're up at the top, it's time to explore what's up here.
It looks like we were able to go a little bit higher by going through the main hall and up the steps. But the steps are quite steep, and I think, Peter, you were feeling it a bit then, weren't you, with the altitude?
This altitude just doesn't go away. It's been like over a week and I still got altitude sickness.
Yeah, well, the altitude of this place is about 3,300 meters above sea level, so not quite as high as Potala Palace, but still very high, so you definitely want to take it easy, drink some water as well, and take rests whenever you can. But yeah, we've come up to the very top here where we are allowed photos and videos again, definitely none inside the main halls or anything like that, but you have such a beautiful view from here of the gorgeous lake and the mountains out in the distance, and it's very peaceful as well. Yeah, very nice. We've had a good walk about now, and unfortunately it is strictly prohibited to take photos or videos inside the halls, and it's a hefty fine of 5,000 yuan if you are caught. But what you do find inside are beautiful paintings and murals depicting Buddhist tales and legends, as well as Buddhist statues. They're golden, and the halls are also lit up with incense as well as oil lamps. So it's a really serene sort of feeling, and when you're inside you always want to make sure that you're going clockwise too. Back in the golden age of this monastery, there used to be about 3,000 monks that lived and studied here, but we read that these days it's more or less around about 700 monks and lamas who are living out their monastic lives. And next up though, we are going to head over to Dukazong Old Town.
Walking around Dukazong Old Town, and we found this cute little Tibetan restaurant. I've just had a sip of this Tibetan sweet tea and it is delicious. Let's have another sip now. I really think that yak milk is starting to grow on me now. It's so creamy. Here is something that I'm so excited to try. It's Tibetan style momo.
Yeah, this one looks a lot more chunkier.
Yeah, let's get in some of this chili sauce here.
Let's have a look.
Get a bit more chili. And here is the taste test.
Oh. Is it a lot of yak meat?
That is very yacky. They've got a lot of juices in there. You can get all of that yak, like fatty parts as well as the lean meat. That is really delicious. I really like this chili as well. It's not really spicy, it's more like for flavoring.
When we were in Huanglong as well as Tibet, we had the butter tea, and that one's a salty version, but this is just a really nice milky sweet tea, so I really enjoy it too. But what definitely caught my eye on the menu was this yak butter roasted mushrooms. I love mushrooms, and so to see it on the menu was really exciting. It's got a wonderful fragrance to it. Get this little one. It's all nice and hot, they've just taken it out. I'm really not quite sure how to describe this flavor. You can definitely taste the earthiness of the mushroom, and then you've got the oiliness from that butter that's been roasted on top. It's quite subtle, but it is tasty, so definitely going to enjoy that. There are a lot of alleyways in this charming town, as well as tons of shops so you can do some shopping. And there's also a lot of traditional Tibetan style architecture. And although the history dates back about 1,300 years, the town itself is relatively kind of new, because in 2014 there was unfortunately a really big fire that significantly damaged a lot of the town. So much of the buildings have been rebuilt and restored and reconstructed. It was also a key stop on the ancient Tea Horse Road. But right now we're trying to make our way over to this giant prayer wheel that we really want to see, and I think it's just around the corner there. To get up to that giant prayer wheel at La Fo Temple here in Guishan Park, we did have to register our details to get a QR code to get entry. It's like you're booking an appointment for a time slot, but it is free, and you use WeChat to register your details. It is all in Chinese, although there are some boards in English that helps you walk through the process of how to do it, and as long as you've got the translation mode on in WeChat, you should be able to fumble your way through and be fine. So yeah, now we've got a couple of steps to climb up and hopefully see that giant wheel.
Now, making our way up to the top, there is a temple up here, but of course the main attraction is this gold gilded giant prayer wheel that stands 21 meters tall and weighs 60 tons. Now, a lot of people claim that it's the biggest in the world, but actually that title goes to the one in Đà Lạt, Vietnam, which is over 37 meters tall and weighs 200 tons. Now, I was kind of hoping that this would be an empty spot so I could try and spin the prayer wheel myself, but of course there are plenty of people here. And we've also heard it's impossible to spin by yourself, but it's all good. Something Yen noticed is that these belt straps say Louis Vuitton on them. How fancy is that?
Didn't really expect to see that. I'm glad there's a whole lot of people holding this because it is pretty heavy. That brings us to the end of our day here in Shangri-La, and we are so grateful that we managed to get a beautiful day, because it has actually been raining every single day since we've been here.
Yeah, we're making our way over to Lijiang next, but we've heard that this particular season that we're in is incredibly busy, so we'll see how everything goes.
If you guys enjoyed this video, please do remember to give it a thumbs up and drop us a comment. We always enjoy reading them. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to join us for more adventures, and if you can, please do share our video too, because it does help with the algorithm and all that. We always appreciate it. We will catch you in the next vlog.
See you, everybody.